Well guys, as you can see, I am bundled up outside, and that's because Grillmaster is grilling again. Hello guys, I apologize in advance for my odds and ends not being on time, but I had more issues to deal with, and I still have to deal with them right now because, well, apparently some society decided to screw me. Let's just put it at that for the moment being. So now I have to kind of hopefully sort this all out, and then I'll go grab my source, and then I'll do odds and ends right away. So I just wanted to, put that out there in advance, and just, kind of give you like a heads up in case you guys are wondering. I always do odds and ends whenever I can. Just make sure I don't like skip anything like that though, because then what would be the point of doing odds and ends if I like skipped a week or whatever? Then I have to do two. So I try to do it whenever I can. So just to put that out there for the moment being though. But so like I said, yeah, hopefully I can sort this whole ish out, and then go from there. So yeah, needless to say, not like in a very good mood for the moment being though, but hopefully if they can cooperate with me and do whatever I want them to do, then hopefully I'll be in a lighter mood. So I'll just have to wait and see. Okay guys, so it turns out after waiting for like almost an hour at the bank, no luck. So I'm kind of SOL at the moment, and as much as I don't want to have my mom get involved and have her kind of help me settle this though, but she does, she might get all mad at me though, but turns out I was scammed. Go figure. One of them stupid victims. Lucky me. Again, this wasn't the first time something happened to me and to my stuff. So yeah. Anyways, I'm driving now, as you can see, without even having to me tell you though. But I'm going to go get my source for odds and ends, and then I'm gonna go do my odds and ends, and then after that we'll go from there. Well guys, good news is that I got my source for odds and ends, so I'm happy about that. So now I'm just gonna head home and get cracking on this stuff, because I know you guys are probably demanding it a lot since I skipped out, since yesterday was Thursday and today's Friday. By the time I get this uploaded and everything though, but I know you guys are gonna probably be demanding for it though, but I promise you I will have it done and uploaded by today for sure. So I have my word, you have my word on this. There's the North Star and the moon. I know you guys can't see it very well though, but it's the one where it looks super badass. Well, hello guys. I apologize for being late, as you can see by the slide over here. This is a late edition of Odds and Ends. I'm going to read you guys some crazy news stories and make you scratch your head and be like, what were they thinking? Or make you go, what? And, well, that's why it's called that, for a reason. But, so anyways, we have 5 stories, and the reason being is that one of them is very short. So without further ado, let's get going. Our first story comes out of France, where a worker renovating a grape drying shed at a historic winery struck gold. Reports Agence France Presse quote, one of the workers were attacking the building's ceiling with a crowbar when gold coins started to rain down on him, followed by sacks of gold. François Langy, who heads the champagne producing company Alexandre Bonnet, told AFP. And all the renovations turned up 497 gold coins minted between 1851 and 1928. Collectively, the stash is estimated at $980,000. That's a lot on today's market. According to Lanji, the owner of the building will keep half of the hoard and the workers will split the other half. It is believed the building once belonged to a wine producer who was traded with the US and UK in the 30s, which could be the source of the treasure. That's a really weird discovery. You're like hitting a ceiling and all this gold comes down on you, and it's worth almost $1 million. Wow. Really lucky. Well, needless to say though, but it is of great historic significant value for that matter as well. But that was actually our only story out of the U.S. and the rest are in the United States. So our first story in the United States, or second odds and ends story, is in Maryland, where Jerry Lee Hennifield, 36, of Rock Hall, was charged with reckless endangerment, possession of illegal fireworks, and discharge of fireworks for attempting to blow up a gingerbread house. According to the Star Democrat, Hennifield tried to dispose of the leftover Christmas confection by loading it with fireworks on his front porch. Police say when he lit the fireworks, the cookie structure exploded and a small piece hit his wife's wrist. The woman suffered a puncture and a small burn that required treatment at a local hospital. State Fire Marshal William E. Barnard took the opportunity to lecture Maryland residents on the dangers of gingerbread demolition. Quote, incidents of this type are a reminder of the potential hazards when using fireworks. These devices can be far too dangerous to use or experiment with, Barnard told the Daily Paper. Lacerations, finger amputations, burns, and eye injuries are a painful price to pay for a few minutes' worth of excitement and pleasure. One question. Why in the hell would you blow up a gingerbread house with fireworks? You can always like squish it and do other things with it, but fireworks? Come on. That's like... That's just stupid. If you ask me, that's just stupid. In Florida, police in Port St. Lucie responded to a call about a carjacking, but some swift detective work soon determined that the victim had not had his car stolen. He just needed a ride home. Hector Felix Jr. called police on February 9th to report a carjacking. According to the police reports, soon after officers arrived, quote, Hector advised that he was not carjacked and that he just needed a ride to Hollywood, Florida. Felix was arrested and charged with false reports of commission of crimes. He did get a free ride in a police car, but only made it as far as the St. Lucie County Jail. Really? It's called hitchhiking, but of course, if like you can't hitchhike for anything, you have two legs and you use them, for Christ's sakes. That's what they're for. Anyway, in Nevada, you can tell this is going to be great. In Nevada, in a short story lacking any sort of irony whatsoever, an overweight man eating a, quote, triple bypass burger at Las Vegas' infamous Heart Attack Grill startled workers and customers by having an actual heart attack inside the restaurant. John Basso, owner of eatery where servers dress as doctors and nurses, told KVVU-TV, quote, a nurse came to me and said, Dr. John, we've got a patient who's in trouble. The gentleman could barely talk. He was sweating, suffering. Signs at the restaurant, which also sells beer, cigarettes, quote, flatliner fries, deep fried in lard and shakes with, quote, the world's highest butterfat content. Yuck. Warns customers that the food could be hazardous to their health. The fat-flaunting restaurant is also famous for offering free meals to customers who weigh more than 350 pounds. The customer, whose name was not released, was wheeled out of the restaurant on a gurney by paramedics. Quote, I actually felt horrible for the gentleman because the tourists were taking photos of him as if it were some type of a stunt, said Basso. Quote, even with our morbid sense of humor, we would never pull a stunt like that. The man's current condition is unknown. Wow. And they even gave you a fair warning that the food could be hazardous to your health, and yet you still ate it. But I mean, their list of foods such as a uh, deep fried lard in shakes and high fat butter content. Eesh. Ugh. I mean, it sounds nasty at first, but I'm probably sure that when you eat it, it probably will taste better. And I'm sure anybody who lives in Nevada and who's especially eaten at the Heart Attack Grill in Vegas, they could probably, swear themselves that the food is good. Just like In-N-Out Burger. For anybody who's been to California or lives in California or was born in California, such as myself, for a short period of time. I actually visit California occasionally, though, but every time I go there to visit family, I always, always have to have In-N-Out before I even come back here. It's like tradition for me in a way, so. Because it's good. I mean, I can say that because I've eaten it numerous times, and I can tell you for a fact that In-N-Out is like the best like burger joint like on the West Coast like to date. So yeah, I just want to put that out there. And our final story comes out of Oregon, which will make you think twice about trying to have fun on Valentine's Day. And I'll tell you why. On Tuesday, February 14th, 9 police cars were dispatched to the New Seasons Market in Portland after witnesses reported seeing a naked woman tied up in the backseat of a car with duct tape covering her mouth. The car's driver, described as a white male with sunglasses and a goatee, told onlookers that he was, quote, just having some fun. Nevertheless, several witnesses wrote down the vehicle's license plate number and called police. After an hour, officers traced the vehicle to a nearby home where they found the woman still tied up and naked in the back seat. According to the police report, driver Nicholas Harbour, 31, and passenger Stephanie Palenzer, 26, explained to officers they were just, quote, role-playing for Valentine's Day. The imaginative lovers were booked into the Multnomah County Jail and charged with disorderly conduct. A judge sentenced the pair to 16 hours of community service. You see what I mean? Leave the role-playing at home, people. If you're going to role-play, do it in the comfort of your own home. Don't go around and like displaying it in public, because if you do, it will be disorderly conduct and you will go and get punished. Such as these guys, they got 16 hours of community service. For you, if you try anything even more clever, it could be a lot worse. I'm just saying. But you were warned. So if you do that and then you actually get the police called on you because you were, quote, role-playing, you were warned by Johnny Lightning. So just putting that out there. But so anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that edition of Odds and Ends. And I always like to read those as much as you guys like to hear them. But so I guess this wraps it up for this edition of Odds and Ends, or this week I should say. And next week I will be back again doing another edition of Odds and Ends. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see ya, yo. Another edition of